Back with a bang here in Season 11. It's a new S+ tier build. Absolutely speed farming 100. We're hitting for up to 50 trillion damage with our big bonks here using the melted heart. Now, short disclaimer, guys, you will see footage here where I have the double melted heart sanctified, and this makes you a ton more tanky. And the build sadly only really comes online after the nerfs with the double melted heart. But once you have it, and even before, if you just want to farm like pit 90 or something, even before, it does pretty crazy. You can see me here speed farm pit 100. We also did a pit 120 already on our first day of playing Bar, and I just basically took my Paladin items and it already worked really well. I have two planners for you. One is the speed variant here with the new leap that you can see in action here. We leap, we teleport, we can use metamorphosis, and we just like extremely fast doing like pit 100 like easy in sub 2 minutes. I'll show you some gameplay here at the end, but this is basically how it looks here in pit 100. Like we just smash and we destroy. Super fun. And there's these two different planners. There's a speed and there's a pit version here. I'll show you the speed version first. And this pit version can also push up to a pit 122 right now. So you can see here, like there's a 40 trillion hit. This is how it looks in high pits. You're basically just grouping the enemies, and then you're just like overpowering over and over again. You see here, like it's hitting for like tens of trillions. They have 32 trillion again. And you're just basically like blasting up all the monsters. They have 50 trillion even. And you just completely like melt them with your Hoda. And yeah, we have like some pretty good time that we can make here in the higher runs. And this build, in contrary to the Judgment Paladin, also has pretty good boss DPS thanks to the weapon that we have here on this build, where you basically have the Ancestral Force, which gives you double damage against bosses. You see here, Hammer Quake, 60% increased damage multiplicatively, doubled on the two-hander, and then doubled again against the bosses. So you're getting like 240x against the boss here. And on my first day here, I played this yesterday, and we already blasted down the Seahawk boss here in 120. And you can kind of see here the amount of damage that this build can do on a high pit boss. So it's not going to be looking like, you know, to be a 7-minute fight like on the Judgment Paladin. You're actually able to kill the bosses pretty quickly on push tier here. So you see I even died in this one. You have the like small red X here. And this build is also completely immortal. I'll probably make an immortal version as well. But you can see I can tank the Lion. I just basically stand still, always fortified, always at full life, and our Fury protects us. And you can just kind of see here like how we like blast down this Seahawk here. Like she's going down pretty quickly. I think the boss fight here was like 3 minutes, and this was already, you know, on pit 120. I can probably do like 122, which is the current rank one, but I've been playing Paladin a lot and only really started on Bard, so I'm missing a lot of sanctifications, especially, you know, on the Doombringer, on the Ramalardi, on the one-hand weapons and stuff. So we just did 138 on Paladin, and then there is like here, we just did a rank 4 yesterday, basically 120, and the 122 just been done here by Swaggy. There's like also Lunging Strike you can play, but I prefer the Hoda. You see it's like neck and neck with Hoda and Lunging Strike, and they're both rocking. I definitely recommend the Hoda here, and I can show you some in-game. So basically the rotation here, so this is the push variant. So we have Ground Stomp in this one to reset our Wrath cooldown. We have the Rupture here to basically give us a crazy amount of attack speed, and we're using the Ahuk-San Rune combination here in the push setup to basically overpower a lot. So a gameplay loop here is actually fairly easy. Like you basically just stack your Fury up. It's gonna take a second. Like I usually have full Fury when you start, but right now we don't. So you can see here, like it's already hitting for 12 trillion. We're just like hitting some of the dummies here. We basically just stand still, tank it to our face. We have 1,700 Fury here. You can even have up to 2,000 Fury if you have, you know, double melted heart and you have like a bunch of good sanctifications. And you can just kind of see here like how the damage numbers are flying, and see the overpower our room proc. So this is only on 5 targets. Like if you're doing a run in high pit, you're proccing it on even more targets than this. And we also managed to keep our Wrath of the Berserk up here permanently, and we just like having a good time here, hitting for like double-digit trillion numbers. This is enough to like destroy everything. However, again, to have this high Fury, it's recommended to have a double Tybet's Will with a double melted heart. So like you can have the melted heart anywhere. And I was like kind of lucky. I got this one on the first day playing. Like I just like, I don't know, sanctified like 20 times Tybet's Will. And I got this one like pretty frequently. It's not really an ideal draw, obviously only 16x. But this enables the build. And then you want to have as little life as possible, basically. I'm only playing with 200 life here. And the less life you have, the better it is for your survivability, especially if you do use the Starlight aspect here, which I have on my ring. You can just put it on the normal ring as well. And this one basically allows you, whenever you heal for a percent of your life, so you heal for a percent of your life, and then you gain, based on the percent of your life that you heal, you gain resources. And you can get up to 300 resources every second with this. And if you only have 200 life, you know, and for example, you have a life per hit roll on your weapon, you see every hit, I'm gaining 600 life. 600 life equals double my life pool, right? Like 280 times 2 is less than 600. So I'm getting more than 200% life every time I attack. And I attack like 3 times a second. So we're getting 600% of our life every 20 seconds or something. So we're basically completely immortal when we play in this crazy pulse, thanks to this combination here. So that makes it completely wild on the tanky side of things, and you cannot die. I can literally stand AFK in most of the stuff. And what you can also do, you can combine this with life per second on your boots here. And this is going to make it so we generate 1,500 life multiplied by all our healing bonuses here. So at least multiplied by 30. So we gain a bunch of life every second, and we gain 100% of our life just standing here. And even if monsters attack us, it's basically just going to automate our fury, and we're just going to like be completely immortal in general, because we could get so much life per second. So there's like a crazy amount of combinations that you can do. But even if you don't have all this crazy stuff, it can still work very well. So you see, I'm just using my Paladin stuff here. So I have a Starter Sky on my boots here. This is just for my Paladin. Obviously, avatar duration and stuff doesn't work on the Barb, but we just play it anyways because it has Starter Sky, it has strength, it's like fine boots. And this is the current setup that we rock here. So we have Hammer of the Ancients, Wakes on the weapon. We have Ramalardi here with life on hit right now. We have Sabre here. We have the ultimate skills increase our damage, so we cast Wrath, it's going to give us more damage. I have Grandfather here with Retribution right now. You can get a Starter Sky on Grandfather, guys, and it's going to be double damage. So it's double damage and then double damage again on the Grandfather if you have Starter Skies there. I didn't even sanctify my ring, and I didn't sanctify a couple pieces. I have the Starlight on the ring here. I'm playing Bolt's Chieftain right now because I don't play Shaco, but because I have the Grandfather on the Air of Perdition. But I think in the end, if you have a Grandfather on your Shaco, it's even better. But you can just play a normal Shaco as well and get the Grandfather like anywhere, because then it helps you a lot with cooldowns. So right now I lead Bolt's Chieftain. But if you don't have the aspect here, you can put it on your ring, the Starlight aspect. That's going to be very useful. I have both the planets basically linked below. So there's this speed setup and there's like the pit setup. You're just going to make sure that, you know, like if you really want to play the build endgame, the main thing that you need is the melted heart. And if you don't have this, it might be, you know, you can like maybe do like pit 90 or something in 2 minutes, but you can't do pit 200, pit 100 or 110 in this time. And right now, Sanctification has a lot of RNG, guys. So if you don't have Sanctifications, then you cannot expect to, you know, clear on the high leaderboard. That's how it is right now. We kind of wanted them to make the Sanctification less RNG. I really like that there's these mythic outcomes. It's crazy Gamba, cool content. But at the same time, to have like whenever the tower is coming out, to have like a fair leaderboard, it's gonna be kind of difficult, you know. But then the rest of the setup here, so we basically rock the Melted Heart. You want to have Air of Perdition or Harlequin's Crest, depends. Mantle of the Mountain Fury is always in. You want to always play the Groundstorm Earthquakes here, ideally with Coda ranks. You always want to play Talbot's Will. And on the boots, you can play Metamorphosis. I just play Wild Bolt here because that's what I have for my Paladin. So I don't have optimal gear right now. I'm just like I basically just took what I had in my Paladin in terms of Sanctifications, because that does better than the OG Barb gear. Like even if you have a Starless Sky on useless boots, it's still pretty good because it's still a Starless Sky. But the setup is we play Polar and Technique slot. You always want to have Polar on your mace. And then you can use Rupture on your one-hander or two-hander, doesn't really matter that much. But the playstyle is very simple. You just use you have your Wrath, you use your Groundstorm to reset your Wrath cooldown, you use your Shouts to reset your Wrath cooldown and your Groundstorm cooldown, and then, you know, you can do it all over again. See here, like, it's just basically a self-fulfilling, feeding a prophecy. You just have to wait like a little second, and you can like use both your cooldowns here, boom. You can see like how crazy we can just reset each other. And this is all possible thanks to the combination where we use the Marshal Glyph here in the startup board, especially in the speed variant. This is very good. It also helps you with the leap in the speed setup. So for push, you want to have Rupture and Ground Stomp, and for speeds, you kind of want to have leap, and you want to have another shout, and all the shouts reset your leap, and then you can just leap like crazy. Again, the planets are going to be linked below with the full setup. So this is just the two ways, but if you want to push, I highly recommend Ground Stomp and also Rupture. You can also play like some of the other Barbs, like they are playing with Mighty Throw instead of a second shout. If you play a Shaco, this will work. However, I do not have the cooldown for it right now, so I'm still playing Challenging Shout. But Challenging Shout also makes you extremely tough. It also helps you with your Fury. So for the average player, I definitely do not recommend playing with Mighty Throw. Always play Challenging Shout. It's just going to be much more simple, much more easy to survive, because early on, especially if you don't have Melted Heart, you're just going to struggle surviving on this build. And then until eventually you become completely immortal once you do get it. Yeah, I know the RNG is pretty crazy with this, but that's how it is right now. I'll show you the skill tree here real quick. So the skill tree for push looks like this. So you just max Hoda with big Fury scaling, overpower Warpath, Ground Storm, and then all the multipliers here. I have Challenging Shout, we have Warcry max, Booming Voice, we have like a lot of support stuff here for Fury, damage multipliers, Rupture here with attack speed, more multipliers, max all this, max Wrath, and then we use Umbral Rage. It also helpful against injured bosses to increase our damage. And then Paragon, we're rocking Marshall, we're rocking Carnage with Crusher, we're rocking Blood Rage with Challenger, we're rocking Weapons Master. Even though we don't swap our weapons, it's mainly for the multiplier. Weapons Master with Might. And then we're rocking Flawless, a technique here with Wrath. This also helps you a lot. You generate 3 Fury, and whenever you attack, you can see how crazy fast our Fury goes up when we attack. You see, like, it just goes up, 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 up all the time. We crit because we crit all the time, thanks to our Hoda scaling with resources. We're getting a 5 crit chance for every resources 15 that we have, and we have like 1.8. If you go with Shaco, it goes even crazier. You see, I can have 2,000, and I don't even have all the sanctifications. Like, you can have like probably like 2.2k resources, which goes pretty wild, like in the end if you want. And that just makes you completely immortal beast here. I don't know if you want to see real quick, and probably gonna make a follow-up on this. Like, just going somewhere, and I'm just gonna show you like how crazy tanky this build is. So we're going in, we have a little bit of a loading screen. Stop. And then, like, to become fully immortal, you need to make sure you have Starlight Aspect, you need to make sure you have Shaco, and you need to make sure you have life per second here. So now, we're basically fully unlocked. Just find some enemies. And then, yeah, we should be able to just stand here. Because now what's going to happen is we have life per second, and this is just auto-magically healing us back up full. Maybe we should, like, find some packs or something, right? Is there no packs here? I'm probably make an update on, like, fully immortal barb as well, because I don't really have that in the planner yet. Oh, there's some goblins here if I want to. I don't know if we have that many packs here. You can just stand in the middle here. You can kind of see here, even without pressing buttons. And if you attack, you're even more immortal. And again, guys, the less life you have, I have 300, which is like a bit much. You can have like 100 life ideally or something, because then your max % life for healing is even less. So yeah, you can just chill like this. We can go completely AFK. Again, disclaimer, this is with a double melted heart. I'll show you some more fun gameplay, and I'm probably going to upload like, I don't know, 122, 123 at some point with the setup. And this is the same in pits. Like, I can stand in pit 100, just the same. Again, probably going to make immortal barb. You already know, like with Melted Heart, we did this before, and you can still do it, and it's just completely insane. And a ton of fun here, just on the barb, like when you hit the sanctifications. And yeah, obviously, it's a lot of RNG, guys, but this is like very enjoyable. Like, once you have it on the barb, like, you're just like completely chilling, nothing can kill you. And then, you know, if I want to like really smash them, like, they're just like instant dash, and it's the same on high pits. It literally doesn't even matter. So I'll show you some more gameplay here. Let's go, my friends. This is a speed build.